What's the most difficult song to play live?
Hmm.
Are there any that you never played because they couldn't be reproduced correctly?
Yeah.
We're all thinking the same.
Yeah.
A couple of things.
I'll go really quick. I think the hardest that we played live, probably the Magnet,
Yes.
just because if you can't hear on stage, that whole bridge is like such a shit show if you can't hear anything.
You're at the mercy of the sound guy at that point.
Yeah. And
That's also personally for me as a keyboard player, that's the hardest song I've ever played live. There's a similar question.
Was harder.
Which one?
I thought Wasp in a Wig was harder.
No, not even close. No, not even close. Not even close. Magnet's the hardest song I've ever played live. And as a band, I feel like we all agree that's probably the hardest song we've ever played live.
Yeah.
Consistently.
We used to play it constantly, man.
Oh, yeah.
That's a really tough one to sing and play live, too, for me.
When we did the live
one of the other questions. What's the...
that was the question I was thinking of.
Yeah.
When we did the live in the studio, that song was... We had that so fucking locked, though, man.
Yeah, we did. We nailed that, dude.
Fucking ruled.
Yeah, Mark, you should check out Magnet live.
It's live in studio.
Live at Rexy Dog Studios, man.
Live at Rexy Dog Studios.
Yeah.
I would agree that I don't know if that's the hardest one. It might be, but I think it was a case of like we knew it was hard. We knew it was hard to play and sing for everyone who has to sing. For me too on that with the harmonies.
Yeah.
But it's like because of that, it got so much attention that it eventually became like just like any of them. It's just like I might even space out and be thinking about like fucking food while we're playing or something.
Or where you can get train tickets, you know.
Yeah.
For me, Magnet wasn't like a technically difficult one to play. Just a few. You would lose your spot in that middle section. That's the biggest pain.
For me, it is absolutely a technical nightmare. and if anybody gets lost, if you can't hear, and I don't sing, so I don't have to deal with that element. But
you used to.
You sang that.
That's actually true. I did.
You sang
in the live in studio one.
Yeah, what a coincidence, dude.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, you
sounded cool.
I forgot about that. I did do that. Yeah, that song is a nightmare. I love playing that song, but it's hard to play live.
Yeah. It was a blast, dude.
It was a blast. It was a blast.
I know everyone's about to say Dr. Abraham, the one we didn't play live, but
yeah, Dr. Abraham.
we could do that live. Joe worked so hard to learn it. I just didn't feel like learning it, and I will learn it, and we'll play it live. I promise.
Yeah, someday we're gonna play Dr. Abraham. I actually went through the entire T Club for Patreon. I've been doing a lot of fucking behind the scenes work for the archive stuff, obsessively, you know. And I went through it, and it's like there are live versions of every song that we've ever put on an album somewhere. There's some kind of live version of them, of all of them, except for Dr. Abraham and Remember Where You Were. Now, we did play an early version of Dr. Abraham and Remember Where You Were at Johnny Brenda's in Philly.
No, Boot and Saddle, dude.
Boot and Saddle, yes. I thought we did Brenda's too. Did we do it in Brenda's?
We might have, but I think I remember playing Dr. Abraham at Boot and Saddle the first
No, we did.
time
We opened with Remember Where You Were at Brenda's, but I don't think we did Dr. Abraham. Yeah, we only did Dr. Abraham once.
Oh, shit.
And it was a different song then.
This was when Joe Rizzo was on the drums, and Renee was playing keyboards.
Yeah.
So it was before before it had been, fully written. But unless somebody recorded that show, there's no existing recording of that. But it would be cool. It'd be awesome to someday do Dr. Abraham. That would be the most difficult song. It's the most difficult song to sing. It's the highest note that I've ever hit on a T Club note or a T Club song on a record. It's an E flat.
Here's a question. So
if we get 100 patrons, we will do Dr. Abraham.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
So here's a question. Other than Grappling, what is the hardest? Because Magnet's the hardest song we ever played live. Dr. Abraham's the hardest song we never played live with this group. What is the hardest song that we've done as a group?
Just to say real quick, Grappling, the album Grappling, we just lost our minds on that album. Like
Yeah.
it's, I mean, I love that album to death. I do.
We all did. Everybody
But it-
involved did.
We just played. It's the most difficult thing that we've ever sort of done as a band, as far as like the playing, the actual like not, I don't want to say virtuosic, but like the just technically it is by leaps and bounds the most challenging of the T Club's music. So pretty much all of the hardest stuff is going to be on that album, because it's so, it's very much about precision and things like that.
I would love to do a live version of Dr. Abraham, but even more, I would love to do a version of White Book. Someday.
I mean, I'd like to play
agree.
I'd like to play all of Grappling.
Yeah.
You know? I'd like to.
Maybe 2025 for the 10-year anniversary, we'll do the whole fucking thing live.
I wanted to. This was kind of unrelated, but I would like to at some point start being able to play all of the old material together. And like actually play albums. Like do a video of us in rehearsal, make it look really cool, where we just go through each album,
that Radiohead thing, the From the Basement thing.
like kind of like
I
that.
would love to do like
version of it.
I mean,
this lineup has pretty much done all of Quickly and
all of Rabbit.
Yeah.
And all of
We
If When,
had
obviously.
Astro going.
Did we
Yeah.
ever do He's Like a Spider?
No,
No.
it's the only
No.
one we
Only
didn't
one.
do.
I learned it, but
Yeah.
it's in a weird
It's the
guitar
only one.
tuning, right?
Yeah. I would love to do He Is Like a Spider.
That's
And
a
I
great
would
song.
love to get some of those General Winter songs in there, man. We could do Big Al. That would be fucking awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Like right
We did
now,
The Clincher, dude. The Clincher.
The Clincher.
Hell
We
yeah.
did Castle Builder. And
Yeah.
we did The Moon.
Purple Chunks.
Yeah.
right
I'll
now
get the
with
Ice Clock, man. If we could get Ice Clock in there, that would be sick.
I'd say with minimal effort at this very moment, we could do Rabbit and we could play through Quickly and we could play through If When. We'd, as a group, probably getting some of the General Winter back would be a little rusty, maybe. I don't know. And then Grappling is its own beast. But
Well, the
Yeah,
problem
it's
is
not
you would
totally-
have to. When we did Grappling, you had your crazy keyboard break, right? When you were doing Magnet.
yeah, I mean, I can still make that work on my rig.
Also, Joe, there are no keyboards. There are almost no keyboards on General Winter.
Yeah.
I think there's
Yeah, but you had like a
one, two-
nasty on Castle Builder. You had this arrangement that was
Yeah.
really, really
Yeah,
cool.
I followed. Yeah, I could add some stuff that would make it work.
Growing uncertain, I